Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the 5th level spell, Cloudkill. Another one of my favorites. I really like all these 5th level spells so far. This is another one of my go-to spells. We're going to give it an A-. A couple reasons we're not giving it a straight up A. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell found with the little bell icon. All right. So, 5th level spell, Cloudkill. It is usable by sorcerers, wizards, death domain clerics, Circle of the Land, Underdark druids, Circle of Spore druids, Oath of Conquest paladins, the undead warlock, and the alchemist artificer. A whole bunch of classes can use this, which that really brings it up in my book as far as the rating goes. Okay, one action to cast, has a range of 120 feet, which is awesome. It is a 20-foot radius, which is great. Verbal and somatic component, that's great. It lasts for 10 minutes and requires concentration. And you really want to concentrate on this as much as you can, as long as you can. It could get in the way because it is a cloud, so you have to be careful of that. So you create a 20-foot radius sphere of poison, yellow-green, poisonous yellow-green fog, centered on a point you choose with range. Now, I want to point out something very specific about this. I'm going to go to a spell that is kind of a similar mechanic to this one, but not the same. This is Black Tentacles. It has a range of 90 feet and has an area of a 20-foot square. Squirming enemy tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range. You will notice that the you can see is not in this. It is on a point you choose within range. If I know that there is a point in which I can cast a cloud that will spread out beyond a door that I am standing in, I should be able to cast this spell because I don't need to see the point where I am casting it. I just need to be able to put it within range. I need to be able to put it within 120 feet, but I don't have to see the point with which I'm doing it, because it says that. The fog spreads around corners. It lasts for the duration or until a strong wind disperses the fog, ending the spell. Its area is heavily obscured. So when a creature enters the spell for the first time, so when you cast it, that's not entering it the first time. When they walk into it, willingly or unwillingly, then that part of it kicks in. Or starts its turn there. That creature must make a Constitution saving throw. The creature takes 5d8 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. So, one of the reasons why I am giving this an A- and not a straight up A is because it's a Constitution saving throw. There's a lot of creatures that have really, really good Constitution saving throws. One of the other reasons why I am giving it an A- and not an A is because it does poison damage. And there's a whole bunch of creatures that are resistant to poison damage. So, you've got to keep that in mind. So, on a successful save, they take half as much damage. And essentially, it's going to be about 5d8 is about 22 points of damage. Creatures are affected even if they hold their breath and don't need to breathe. So, it kind of goes through the skin. It's not based off of breath. It's based off of contact. So, the fog moves 10 feet away from you at the start of each of your turns, rolling along the surface of the ground. The vapors, being heavier than air, sink to the lowest level of the land, even pouring down openings. So, if it's in a room that has no way out, then it can't go anywhere. So, it's going to be stuck. So it's going to try and move away, but it's not. And it will maintain that 20-foot radius. And then if you upcast this, upcasting this will cause the damage to go up by 1d8 for each slot above 5th level. So at 6th level, it does 68. Okay, so here's a couple of things I want to keep in mind. This spell is very similar to Stinking Cloud. It's heavily obscured, and Stinking Cloud is another one of these centered on a point within range. Not centered on a point you can see within range. It's centered on a point within range. Black Tentacles is something that you can see within range. Now, what I do want to point out is another spell that can be used in Conveyance with this one, and that is Clairvoyance. So you could use the Clairvoyance to make sure that you're going to cast a spell in an area that is going to give you the maximal effect. If you were to cast this spell into a 40-foot wide square room, it would cover the whole room, except for maybe a little bit of each of the corners, because it's a radius, and everything would be trapped in it. And if there's only one way out of the room, then you can gack them when they come out of the room. But when they start their turn, they're going to start taking the damage. So Clairvoyance can be used to see, oh, look, behind that door, I know that there is a room. So you want to be able to use this cleverly and in logically. Now, once you cast Cloudkill, the Clairvoyance will go away because it's Clairvoyance's concentration. Now, the other thing that's a cool piece is a rare item, not a very rare item, but a rare item, Ring of X-Ray Vision. While wearing this ring, you can use an action to speak a command word. When you do so, you can see into and through solid matter for 1 minute. Has a radius of 30 feet. And you can see through 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Whenever you use the ring again before taking a long rest, you must succeed at a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or gain 1 level of exhaustion. You could probably use this ring a lot if you got a really high Constitution score. But you could use the ring to look through a door into a room and say, oh, look, that room's 30 foot wide. I'm going to plant, and there's no way out. I'm going to plant the Cloudkill in there and wipe out everything. So there's a couple of really good ways to use this spell that I have given. Again, forcing things to move into the cloud through forced movement, which I love, pushing or pulling, because you can pull things. You got to be able to see them, which is hard, but pushing things in that are in front of you, that's easy. Pushing them in with Repelling Blast or things like that come off of Eldritch Blast, that will put them back in the cloud, and that counts as entering the cloud. So when a creature enters the spell for the first time on a turn, not its turn, a turn. So just keep that in mind. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.